For decades, Survivor Series has been the battleground where pride meets pressure, the debuts of greats like The Undertaker and Rocky Maivia. This is where legends will rise and careers will change forever. Survival means everything. Tonight, that legacy does continue for over 30 years. Survivor Series has graced our presence. The stakes have never been higher than they are tonight. SmackDown versus Raw. WrestleMania implications looming. Will it be the red brand? Will it be the blue brand? Who will come out on top? It is Jack Presents to you, and welcome, first and foremost, to WWE Survivor Series. The road to Mania begins.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses.
Toronto is electric. A sold-out arena buzzing with anticipation here from the Scotiabank Arena. Two brands, one night, and very minimal margin for error. Every match tonight counts. Every victory earns a point, and every loss brings consequences that echo all the way to April. This Survivor Series is not about bragging rights, it's about the control of WrestleMania. Night 1, Night 2, the main events are decided right here tonight. 4 matches initially, 4 points on the line with a 5th if everything comes down to it. Guys, you're not going to want to miss this. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're going to get into the match card very, very shortly. And we're about to start the show. It's going to be one that we can never forget. And I believe we're kicking things off with the women's tag team survival match. 4-on-4 action. Team Raw, Team SmackDown. A point up for grabs for both, and history is beckoning. Bren has made Cody Rhodes a 2-minute 18 meme, but Cody looks to seek revenge tonight. Will the American Nightmare defeat his Nightmare? And still to come, Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, champion versus champion, women's division. Who will walk away? Nikki Bella looms for Tiffany, but tonight is all about Jade. And the final match, initially Team SmackDown, Team Raw, Cena Punk, a rivalry as old as time, could be the decider in what could be the Survivor Series point winner. And if needed, over Femi. LA Knight was not medically cleared. Over Femi will represent if needed. Let's get into the action as we go inside the arena. And this sold-out crowd, absolutely electric for Survivor Series. I'm sure you guys watching are too. The pyro is going off. You cannot fit a baby in this building. There's that many people in there. Welcome to Survivor Series. We are just seconds away from kicking off the biggest show of 2K25. Welcome to the goddamn show. Well, here we go, folks. We're kicking off with the women's tag team survivor match. Making her way to the ring for Team Raw. She's sporting red tonight is the juggernaut Jordynne Grace. Of course, things haven't gone entirely her way in this universe mode thus far. But in terms of survival, 4-on-4 traditional Survivor Series tag, the 4-on-4, if you are pinned, you are eliminated. The last woman standing will win the match. You can't look much further than this woman has potentially been the favourite to be the last woman standing. Absolutely huge. It's an electric atmosphere here, by the way, guys. Huge atmosphere. I want you to get down below. I know that'll probably be in the chat for the premiere, but I want you to get down below exactly who you want to win, red or blue brand, or you can do individual matches. But here comes the former Undisputed Champion, dethroned by Jade and asked first by Adam Pearce. The beautiful Madness is looking to begin her redemption arc here tonight at Survivor Series. Nothing more would start that than Julia being the last woman standing in that ring. Of course, teamwork is of importance. You've got to be on the same page as your teammates. Having personal issues and vendettas is no good in this. It's Raw versus SmackDown. You need to put aside any bitterness you have towards individuals on your own brand for one night only. I don't think that's a big ask in my opinion. Julia, the beautiful Madness, former Undisputed Champion for 196 days, certainly has the caliber. She went toe-to-toe, bell-to-bell with Jade Cargill, and if it wasn't for that one moment, she would still be your Undisputed Women's Champion. And another member of Raw, La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, of course, losing to Liv Morgan in that captaincy match. That did come to bite her. And, of course, a lot of bitterness from Stephanie shown, obviously, with her past feud with Roxanne Perez. She's a bit conflicted at the moment, but I'm sure as hell tonight, this is the night where she won't be conflicted. You got 4 women from the blue brand that you need to put down and put out. WrestleMania is on the line, and Stephanie Vaquer, La Primera, definitely has the tools to get some eliminations done, and you have to wonder who the hell is going to be the first woman eliminated in this 8-woman tag. It's a star-studded tag, even the men's. It's going to be an absolutely unbelievable moment when that first pin hits. Because Stephanie Vaquer won't want that to be on her, and I don't think it will if history is to go by anything with this woman. And this Toronto crowd enjoying Survivor Series. Washington DC is next for Capital Punishment. Royal Rumble, we're going to have some very, very huge news coming soon regarding where that will be. And of course, WrestleMania location to be revealed. We have the Elimination Chamber and much more. And here comes the captain of Team Raw. Put a beating on the SmackDown team captain, leaving a lion in the ring this past week on SmackDown. Liv Morgan, a lot of history with the SmackDown captain, Rhea Ripley. Maybe not the most cooperative, I think, out of all the 4 women on Team Raw. Liv Morgan can ruffle the most feathers. And she's wearing her original attire because I like that attire. You have to think Liv Morgan, in terms of endurance, has to be the pick for Raw. It's a difficult one. It's a star-studded field. Every woman, every man who enters Survivor Series tonight in these survival matches, you have to think, has got the tools to survive. And here come SmackDown. The blue brand has for years been known as the B brand. But under this universe mode, nothing is suggested by alphabetical letters. In fact, I'll give you a little statistic that SmackDown is the most viewed show on the channel. So it may be the place to be. Rhea leads out Team SmackDown. And of course, Rhea and Lyra Valkyria leading an attack on Stephanie and Julia just this past week on Monday Night Raw, sending a message to the locker room. A lot of hostility between the brands. It's a huge pressure. It's like you're in a pressure cooker tonight, because the main events of WrestleMania literally are on the line. And I will keep reminding you after the matches what the score is. I'll need to make sure that I remember that. I could have put it up on the screen, but I think it would ruin the production. But we're gonna keep. Don't worry, we know exactly what's going to happen. And up next, I'm hearing, I don't have an official running order, but the next match is going to be the world champions of Raw and SmackDown head-to-head. That's Cody Rhodes versus Bren. That is a huge match, so you're going to want to stay tuned. But who will gain the first point? And here comes the genius of the Sky, and that is Io Sky. Now, Io Sky, little interesting fact, back in December, we held a special event called Christmas Chaos. And for those of you who didn't watch it, there was 2 6-person Hell in a Cells, a man's and a woman's, with the winners of each getting an opportunity at the world title on their respective brand at the Royal Rumble, which is the next premium live event after Capital Punishment. Io Sky won for the women, Ilya Dragunov won for the men. So Io does have another opportunity at becoming that world champion. So she has dual focus right now, but of course with that performance in that Hell in a Cell, Ava maybe felt Io was too good to leave out. Of course, Io unsuccessful the last time she faced Julia for that Undisputed Championship. Will history be about to repeat itself? Of course, Jade over on SmackDown holds that championship now. And following SmackDown, we know that she has to vacate the World Heavyweight Championship in order for it to go over to Adam Pearce. But SmackDown are getting the United States Championship in return, so it's a good opportunity. Speaking of United States Championships, this woman could be someone who could be considered to lead that division. As I always call her, the Bird Lady, Lyra Valkyria. I am going to tout that this woman is going to have a huge 2K26. Of course, hailing from Ireland, where my family originates from, Lyra Valkyria is a hero. People talk about Becky Lynch, people talk about Sheamus and Finlay, but a lot of people take note of Lyra Valkyria now. She's certainly one of the best ever wrestlers to come out of Ireland. And I know it's early on in her career, but that is how good she is. Of course, what a feat, what a push, whatever you want to call it, kayfabe or non-kayfabe, but push for Lyra Valkyria tonight to stand as the last woman. And she definitely has the tools to do so. The one thing I worry about Lyra is the confidence. And of course, returning to SmackDown this past week and putting down Alexa Bliss, thanks to a little distraction in my opinion. Bianca Belair defeated Alexa Bliss to get the final spot of Team SmackDown. She's returning after a long absence out. I don't believe she was in our universe mode since the alternate universe mode, which was a different universe. You don't need to worry about that law. But Bianca has not actually featured in this W version. So Bianca making a in-ring debut this past week on SmackDown, and she's here to represent Team Blue. And this universe mode, just to reiterate, will be going on through multiple games. So Rhea and Jordynne Grace going to start in the ring, and that's like two behemoths going head to head. And this is a huge match, folks. I hope you've got some popcorn and snacks ready, because this is going to be a show. It's not going to be an episode. It's going to be a premium live event. Sit down powerbomb from Rhea. I can't imagine if you're any of these 8 women that the pressure isn't going to get to you. Not even like the men have as much pressure. I'll tell you why, because they're the first on. So the first person to get pinned is going to be forever known as the first person to get pinned for their brand. And Jordynne Grace here displaying her strength. Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, 2 powerhouses, but it looks like Raw have gone with more technical aspects, and SmackDown have gone for a mix, which is quite good. And Jordynne Grace going to toss Bianca Belair into the Raw corner. Of course, just to reiterate, Raw are on the left, SmackDown are on the right. Julia, Liv, Stephanie, Raw. And if you want to see the roster pages, they are on the link in the bio. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. Everything's on there. It's easy to follow. It's just a Word document, really easy to read. You can see where everybody is. And if somebody appears somewhere else, it's probably because they're in a certain division, etc., etc. It's not too complicated. I try to keep it as simple as possible. And Liv Morgan here was just taunting this Toronto crowd, who actually sound like they're behind her, but she doesn't want the help of the crowd. Of course, Liv over the past couple of weeks been threatened with a $25,000 fine and a 30-day suspension to not even get involved in her boyfriend Dominic Mysterio's Intercontinental Championship journey, which actually in fact led to Oba Femi becoming the champion, and of course Raquel Rodriguez in that triple threat match that was won by Liv Morgan. Which was won by Jordynne Grace. Liv was not allowed to interfere in that. She's been on her best behaviour, as Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan are going to throw barbs at each other for sure. These two women hate each other. German suplex from Rhea Ripley. And Liv going to try and make a tag, does manage, and Julia Io, a repeat of the Undisputed Championship match a couple of months ago on SmackDown, when SmackDown was all women's. This draft will stand throughout 2K26. The one that we've done, so it's going to be over a year of the same brands. I'm trying to elevate that consistency, and miss a Claymore kick there from Julia. Drew McIntyre, of course, will be in the men's main event for SmackDown. How will him and CM Punk get on following this week on SmackDown and last week, 2 weeks ago on SmackDown? It's been a very interesting dynamic between them two, and a kick out at 1 from Io Sky. And we talk about pressure of being the first to be pinned. I think there's a lot of pressure to get that first fall. I think a lot of women, as you saw Julia there going for a very early pin on Io Sky, they want to be the woman who eliminates first. And it's inches and margins that are keeping these women from taking momentum. DDT from Io Sky. Julia, who is the former... Ooh, she's signifying maybe over the moonsault. Was going to go for it, but Julia's back to her feet. And Julia's going to fight back. And Julia, of course, held that Undisputed Championship that's held by Jade. In a different world, she could have been the one representing. That's a wonderful suplex. Julia, beautiful madness. And Lyra's there to break it up. In another world, Julia would have been facing Tiffany Stratton tonight. But Jade was just good on the night. Julia, of course, taking Lyra off the edge of the ring apron, annoyed that she broke up that pin. Maybe felt she had Io Sky beat there. Kick to the leg. Wheelbarrow into the stomp. Julia could be in trouble. Io's going to go to the top rope, and if ever you want someone for a big moment, over the moonsault connects. Stephanie Vaquer is going to break that up, but Julia was on the precipice of being the first to be eliminated. That's one apiece. Tags in Rhea, Bloody Ripley. Raw versus SmackDown. All 8 women still in the match. Tosses Julia across the ring and brushes off the shoulder. This crowd is certainly behind Mammy Toronto. We're going to have some huge location news, by the way. Not on this show, but for Royal Rumble soon. It's not, I'll give you a clue, it's not in the US. So we're going to be going somewhere else. And it's not in Saudi Arabia, don't worry. We've got tonight in Canada, Washington, D.C. at Capital Punishment. And Lyra's distracted, and Julia's going to take advantage of that. Lyra did actually take Stephanie Vaquer and Jordan Grace off the edge of the ring, and no, Lyra's going to say no to Julia. I thought Julia was going to put away Lyra. Nice German suplex from Lyra. And Julia's going to try and crawl to her teammates, but Lyra's going to smother her with that drop kick. Could be, we've been seeing the beginning of the end here in this match. And of course, make sure that you are seated, make sure you've got drinks, make sure you've got refreshments, because this is Survivor Series tag matches, survival tag matches. They are important. And the Hurricanrana from Julia. Jordan Grace going to make her way back to the ring. Huge clothesline to Lyra Valkyria. Stephanie Vaquer going to be in the ring, I believe, for the first time. And if I'm not wrong in thinking, that's all the women have been in the ring now. And Lyra has been victimized here by Team Raw. They've done a really good job of isolating and keeping her. Oh, it's time. And Stephanie Vaquer with that devil's kiss to Lyra Valkyria. And a leg drop to follow. Could we be about to see the first elimination? And Bianca says no. And Stephanie's going to throw herself at Bianca Belair. And La Primera is selling out here. She's trying to go for broken. Oh my God. Into the Nightwing. Is Vaquer going to be the first? Stephanie. But Jordan's there. Oh my God. Your heart beats, doesn't it? It's the pressure of being that once the first woman has been pinned, the rest of the night the pressure's, well, it's not less. But it's oh no. And Lyra was distracted by Jordan Grace and and Rhea Ripley, of course, as the captain, will not want to be losing Lyra Valkyria this early on. They seem to have built a little bit of a bond. And a drop kick there from Stephanie sending Rhea to the outside. And now Lyra's going to get back to her feet. Stephanie's going to throw forearms. They're going to throw Lyra into the corner. Could La Primera be about to cook? What the hell is she doing here? I am going to let you guys know, obviously, side note, these matches don't last hours, by the way. I promise you they're all timed. I haven't timed a match for like 50 minutes. They're all timed, so don't think I'm going to make, because there's just trust the process. I always say that, trust the process. You guys are always like, what is happening? That is, let me tell you something, right? If you're asking what is happening in your universe mode or anyone's universe mode, if you're creating it, you're doing it right. People should ask what is happening. Now a punch there from Lyra Valkyria. Julia Enziguri. I don't know if she got all of that, but Julia is still on her feet and shifted the momentum. Raw. Oh my God. And I believe Lyra Valkyria is bleeding like a government mule, in the words of Jim Ross. Lyra's going to try crawl, and Liv Morgan's going to kick her to the guts. I have to say, I think this is the one night of the year where people put aside the personal feelings. Liv Morgan nearly taking Lyra Valkyria's head off. I don't know how badly that cut has affected Lyra. Oh, nearly saw the first elimination. But Lyra Valkyria, just to turn your attention, has a really bad cut above her eye, and Liv Morgan could be in trouble here because the Bird Lady is heating up, and we're going to see Nightwing to Liv Morgan. And it looks like no woman wants to help Liv. Did she kick out? Stephanie Vaquer might have got there for that breakup, but it doesn't really matter. And a slap to the chest of Liv. Now Liv. Lyra's going to have to survive here. Morgan's going to drag her to the edge. And the Oblivion connects. Liv Morgan, Captain of Raw. Io Sky's in the ring and breaks up. Oh my God. And this is, the tension's palpable. I believe Liv's going to look for another Oblivion. Lyra, that cut does not look good, by the way, guys. I'm just throwing that out there. I hope the medical team take a good look at that. And now Lyra Valkyria might be looking for a second Nightwing. Liv Morgan's on Dream Street. Lyra Valkyria might be about to get the dream. And now, was that and Julia was there, but it was a 2 count. It was a 2 count. I cannot believe that both these women are still standing. Oh my God, Oblivion out of nowhere. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I do believe, and a code breaker, I believe that Lyra Valkyria's eye is busted wide open, and Lyra kicks out. We should really have some medics to come in and see if that's okay, because it does not look good. I actually love the way, side note, I need to create WWE in real. And a fisherman's buster there from Lyra. I love the way I choreographed this match, because it makes it feel longer at the start, and then you're about to see what happens. If you want to do a Survivor Series traditional tag, I would have a look at the pacing. Oh, and Oblivion out of nowhere. I would watch the pace of this match. Lyra doesn't look good. That cut on her head has opened up, and she's been eliminated. Bianca Belair is going to come in and confront Liv Morgan. What the hell's Rhea Ripley doing? She needs to go back to her neutral corner. I believe she was just shouting some words of, oh, a kick out of 2.5. We hope Lyra's okay. We believe she's been helped to the back. That cut is nasty above her eye, by the way. That is not a traditional. That was not a work. That was not meant to happen. And a power slam from Bianca Belair. Team Raw have the 4-on-3 advantage. And Liv Morgan going to fight back. But of course, imagine the wear and tear on Liv Morgan's body. But she's still showing a lot of fight. She's just been in a war with Lyra Valkyria for the past 5 minutes. She's going to tag in Julia, who's going to come in. Beautiful Madness is going to face Bianca Belair, who's going to catch her. Naive from Julia. K.O.D. Liv Morgan is not going to help Julia. What the hell? And an elimination for Bianca Belair. Stephanie Vaquer. Julia's eliminated. But why didn't Liv break up the pin? No, I'm not. This is. No, wait, we're going to see SBT VB. It's getting all tense in here. And Bianca's just eliminated. She's just eliminated Julia, but she could be about to get eliminated herself. Stephanie Vaquer with that spiral tap. Misses. Oh, no. And Vaquer might have bit off more than she could chew with Bianca in the ring. KOD. It's going to be 3-2. And we're down to 2 for Raw. Somehow SmackDown has shifted the tide. Well, let's be honest, Bianca Belair has shifted the tide. So 3 members of SmackDown remain. Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and just Liv Morgan and Jordan Grace of Raw. And I thought she had that roll-up pin there. Liv attempted a roll-up pin. Rhea asking for the kick. I mean, Jordan Grace has barely been in this match, but she's going to have to put in the performance of her life that both her and Liv are, because they're not 3 ordinary competitors across the ring from them. They are 3 of the best women in the professional wrestling, arguably in anybody's top 10. Back into the ring, it's Behemoth, it's Juggernaut versus the EST. Who will come out on top? Could we see a situation where if Raw lose another competitor? Oh my God, no. It can't be a 3-on-1 versus Liv. It can't. Jordan Grace, KOD, but Liv's going to help this time, I believe. No, she isn't. She's going to watch again. No help for Jordan Grace. Liv, are you on Raw or SmackDown? Maybe. I don't know why she's not helping her teammates. I'm in character, by the way, guys. Don't think I'm complain about the gameplay. Liv Morgan not helping Jordynne Grace. And oh no, is she going for it? Oh no. Of course, used to be friends with Jade. Maybe pick that move out of her arsenal. Could be looking for a KOD again. Jordynne Grace in big trouble. And so are Raw of losing this first point. Oh wow. Fall from Grace. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out from Bianca. That could have been the equaliser. That could have been the moment that brought it to 2-2. Liv Morgan going to kip up now. She's just enjoying this crowd, but she's not really helping her team, let's be honest. She's not helped the team one damn bit. And a kick there from Morgan to Bianca. She brushes off. And now spear from Bianca. Nearly breaking Liv in half. The captains are still here. And of course she's going to tag in Rhea Ripley. Rhea will want to get her piece of Liv. But of course, if history repeats itself, Liv Morgan is over more times than Rhea Ripley. And a code breaker to Rhea. And Bianca's going to break it up. I don't know if Rhea necessarily needed that help, but it was there. Unlike Liv Morgan, who's decided to let her teammates fight for themselves and flips. Rhea Ripley flip and a knee to the face. Liv could be in trouble. Mami's getting some serious momentum here. But of course, Oblivion! And momentum shifts like that. Hook of the leg. Could Rhea be about to be eliminated? No. Shoulder up at 2.5. And although Liv Morgan has, I believe she has an elimination in this match, I can't understand why you're letting your teammates get eliminated. Maybe she wants the pride all for herself. And Jordynne Grace is actually going to help Liv Morgan here, despite Liv not helping her. What the hell's Morgan? Backbreaker. Oh, into the middle turnbuckle. This match is one of epic proportions. What a great advertisement. What a great opening match for Survivor Series. The rest of the night's going to be absolutely epic. Rhea flips Liv again, and Jordynne tried to help her. I think Liv could be in trouble, and Jordynne taken off the edge by Rhea Ripley. Excuse me. Are we going to see Rip tied? Oh no. Jordynne Grace hasn't moved from the outside the ring, and we're going to see it again. The Rip tied again. Call Vance Joy, because it's a Rip tied again. 1, 2, and now Jordynne Grace has the biggest task of her entire career. 3 of the best women in the entire of WWE history. Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley representing Team SmackDown versus just one member of Team Raw. Grace is going to... I want to root for Grace, but how is she going to do this, you might ask? She's going to have to get a quick elimination and hope that they don't help each other, basically. Io Sky is in the ring, the genius of the sky, and Jordynne might hold a beating here. Of course, Team SmackDown could tag in fresh competitors. Wait, Jordynne's going to fight back. Fall from Grace from Jordynne. Could that be Io out? And Rhea's going to help. And we really need the audience are so behind Jordynne Grace. Taking Rhea out, taking Bianca out. This is your night, Jordynne Grace. This is the moment. You will never see anyone dig. Oh no, she's in trouble. She's going to have to dig right into the deepest pocket of her arsenal here, because this could be over. And we're going to see over the moonsault from Io Sky. The numbers game, the distractions, the mentality, and a kick out. Jordynne's still alive. Just 3-on-1 scenario, not a usual handicap either. 3 WrestleMania main eventers, 3 definite women's champions. And this ball from Grace is going to have to hit. And Io Sky could be about to be the genius of the ramp. And Jordynne has an elimination. But then straight away comes Bianca. Oh my God, caught by Grace. On the come-in. Jordynne Grace could be about to do the unthinkable. That suplex could get the job done. And it does. Jordynne eliminated 2, and now it's down to Mami. And Jordynne Grace, huge headbutt. Somebody call off the damn match. Oh no. She's given everything. She just eliminated 2 of the best competitors. And we think that Team SmackDown are going to take it. No. How on earth is Jordynne Grace still standing, by the way? And Rhea Ripley is fuming, by the way, at the referee. She's verbally fuming. SmackDown, from a 3-on-1 advantage, and Jordynne takes advantage of that, have capitulated. And now, only one, well, arguably the most dominant woman in WWE, but only one woman from 3 stands across the ring from Jordynne Grace, and Raw picking up that first point, and a clothesline from Jordynne. You have to think, with that World Heavyweight Championship going to SmackDown for Raw for the women, if she can do this, it would be one of the biggest coups in all of professional wrestling. Fall from Grace. Rhea Ripley in trouble. Could be about to win this, and Rhea kicks out. It's not over yet. Don't forget who she's over. I'm not selling you a dream, but don't forget who she's across the ring from. Rhea bloody Ripley. And now we're going to fight back. What the hell's Jordynne Grace thinking here? Oh, my word. This is ridiculous. Are we going to see the world's strongest slam from the middle rope to Rhea Ripley? The behemoth Jordynne Grace connects. Rhea looks spent. And kick out. The crowd are chanting, "This is awesome." I'd like to know in the live chat or the comments if you agree. What an absolute barn burner of an opening match this is. The women have put it all on show. My God, no. Oh, God. Is this what we think it is? Rhea going to the top rope. And this could be a short ending for Jordynne Grace. Got to be reaching a business end superplex to Grace. SmackDown, Rhea Ripley. Raw, Jordynne Grace. Are we going to see that riptide again and a takedown? Rhea Ripley going to the top rope, going to risk it all. Grace could be in trouble. She's asking this Toronto, Canada crowd to get behind her as we see Mammy hit a splash. And stomping away at Jordynne Grace. You have to give credit to Jordynne Grace, whatever happens. Eliminated Io Sky and Bianca Belair. Like that quick. She outsmarted Bianca, and she might not outsmart Rhea here. A drop kick. Now she's brushing off the shoulders. Rhea Ripley with a big kick. And it's going to be the penultimate moment in this match. Rhea bloody Ripley is trying to wind herself up. Jordynne Grace is going to fight back. And are we going to see it one more time? No, we're not. Another riptide. Oh my God, the electric chair from Rhea. Could be about to hit. Good night, Jordynne Grace. She's begging Jordynne to get back to her feet. But Jordynne Grace cannot move. She has not moved. And this could be all that she wrote. Riptide and Jordynne. She needs to show the little bit left in her arsenal. Fall from Grace. Are Raw going to take the point? Jordynne Grace might win it here. And she does. Raw score the point thanks to that woman in the ring. Jordynne Grace knocking off 3 women. 3 of the best women, by the way, and Raw have the advantage tonight. It's 1-0 to Raw, and what a match, folks. Well, a point scored for Raw, and should this man, who many claim to be the most despicable man in this universe mode, I am one of them, I love him in real life, Bren, Raw could be about to go 2-0 up, and then the pressure on the blue brand will be unwavering. The World Heavyweight Champion. The history of this match, for those of you who aren't aware, is one that has become the central focal point in this universe mode thus far. Bren doesn't always do things the right way, and of course was going to refuse to compete if Brock Lesnar wasn't suspended. He had a sit-down meeting with Adam Pearce and me and basically threatened that if he was to do that, refuse to compete, that we would deal with him appropriately, and he's rather against his will here tonight in Toronto, Canada. Your World Heavyweight Champion. The 2 minutes 18 seconds on the chest of the World Heavyweight Champion is significant in this rivalry because Cody Rhodes in his home country on December the 6th, in Atlanta, Georgia, did in fact beat CM Punk for that World Heavyweight Championship, but with just 2 minutes 18 into that reign, Mr. Money in the Bank Bren decided to cash in. This match, and we look at the comparables, Bren is in a feud potentially with Brock Lesnar. Cody Rhodes has been undistracted and he's been focused. The American Nightmare is making his way to the ring, but we have seen the cracks begin to show on the WWE Champion. We saw him attack CM Punk a few weeks ago, but Cody seems to have got his persona back in check. He seems to have got his personality back, his mojo back for this match. And this is everything. Of course, the dream of Cody Rhodes was to become the WWE Champion. The goal tonight is to avenge that loss, albeit just a 2-minute 18-second cash-in. It has lived with him for the past few weeks. Should Cody win here tonight, he will right the wrongs of Saturday night's main event all the way back in December. Should he lose tonight, you have to wonder what on earth is next for Cody's mentality. Of course, we saw how much that affected his mental, out of character. Attacking CM Punk is not something the American Nightmare would normally do, but you have to think that moment that was taken from him has to be a factor in Cody's behaviour. One more big loss for Cody Rhodes here tonight could send Cody over the edge. And of course, he has competitors lining up. Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Batista and Randy Orton will face off this Friday night on SmackDown, or whenever it's uploaded, for a #1 contenders opportunity at Capital Punishment for that WWE Championship. And then after that, the Royal Rumble. Ilya Dragunov, as we mentioned earlier, has already stamped his ticket to the Royal Rumble. Cody's got a busy schedule, and it starts tonight with Bren, who goes to the outside of the ring, and I don't know what he's doing, and Cody's asking Bren to get back in the ring, and Bren's just going to play mind games with Cody as he looks to walk away. He was going to refuse to compete, and Bren is walking away. He was arguing with that woman in the front, but Cody... And Bren turns around and a clothesline. Cheap shot there to Cody Rhodes. The brain cells of this man, Bren, are second to none. And it's so unfortunate because this gentleman is such a great technical wrestler. He doesn't need to stoop to the lengths. Of course, his two stooges, Jacob Fatu and Bron Breakker, are not here tonight. They're currently the World Tag Team Champions. A lovely crossbody, but Cody plucks him out of thin air. And this is the first time that these two have competed in a traditional match that isn't involving a Money in the Bank. Cody's going to hit them bionic. He's going to go for the bionic elbow early on. Bren feeling the pace. Tried to sucker punch the American Nightmare, and now he receives a bionic elbow for his troubles and some punches. Frustration being let out here from Cody Rhodes. Of course, you take away the personal issues because that's all we've really talked about. This is champion versus champion. This is Raw versus SmackDown, and Cody Rhodes going for a disaster kick. Does connect, and Bren is lifeless on the floor. Cody's building up huge momentum here. An Alabama slam potentially attempted by Cody connects. And Bren is really feeling the pace here. Cody Rhodes very frustrated from what has happened, and a coffin drop off the springboard there from the American Nightmare. And an arm drag to Bren. Of course, Raw 1-0 up. I'll keep reminding you throughout the night the scores. It's important. Are we going to see the crossroads this early on? And worse for the bionic elbow. But Bren does read it, and a hurricanrana there from Bren. Of course, Bren's finisher, the Bren Zone, is one of the most devastating DDTs that's ever been invented. And he's going to use that technical attribute there with another arm drag to the American Nightmare. Bren is feeling the momentum. The crowd are actually a little bit behind Bren here in Toronto, Canada. And punches, and a combination, and a nice back body drop from Bren. Going to bring Cody back to his feet. Cody has to stay laser focused. Bren's had a lot of distractions with the Beast incarnate. And a kick. Because the Beast has not been suspended. That's a wonderful suplex. As per Bren's wishes. And I can't imagine that Brock Lesnar... Oh my God! Shooting star press attempted from Bren. Cody Rhodes. Oh my God. The Cody Cutter. The shooting star press, if hits, is one of the most devastating moves. But if it fails, it can lead you into a trap and a position like that. And Bren's going to fight back. And I have to say, Bren's shown an absolute boatload of heart here tonight. Whatever you think about this man. And could be lining up that Bren Zone, that equaliser, that flatliner. But Cody says no. Oh my God! Cody Rhodes, crossroads. Bren's in trouble. Referee Charles Robinson, veteran official, down, and Bren is going to kick out at 2.5. You have to wonder if Bren's in the chat or if Bren's in the comments, how are you feeling about Brock Lesnar? Been on the precipice. He's eyeing you up. You've got the American Nightmare tonight. You might have the Beast tomorrow. And oh my God, Bren taking Cody to the outside. Of course, Bren will risk everything. And like I was saying earlier, incredibly gifted technical wrestler outside the whole shtick. And an elbow drop attempted. And Cody again plucks him out thin air. Bren maybe gone to the well one too many times with that move right there. And Cody Rhodes is, oh my God. I thought he was going for the pedigree. Powerbomb has Bren up. And that apron's looking delicious for Cody as he slaps Bren off the ring apron. And Cody going to bring things back into the ring. Bren sent into the barricade. These fans are in awe. They're all applauding. I've heard some "this is awesome" chants already echoing from this premium live event, and this match specifically. The history of this match is not to be undermined. Now Cody Rhodes brings Bren back to the ring. As we reach the mid stages, I believe, of this match. More bionic punches and surely ended by a bionic elbow to Bren. Could be on Dream Street here. Could be sensing the end, Cody Rhodes. He's looking to put Bren away. But he might be looking for that devastating crossroads again. Into the corner goes Bren. Now Cody's going to take him even higher. And Cody's going to risk it all. Because Cody is going to go for that Hurricanrana from the top rope and connects. And the American Nightmare. The crowd are right behind him. Maybe the behaviour we saw him do on CM Punk was just a blip. And maybe he is laser focused. But with more people queuing up and a massive target on his back, that has to be playing in the back of Cody's mind as well as Bren with Brock Lesnar. But what actually matters here tonight is champion versus champion, WrestleMania. That's what matters. And now Bren, he's feeling it. He's coming to the conclusion of a cutter from Bren of his own. And we're going to call that the Bren cutter. He goes for the kick there, misses, and he misses with that one, but he gets it with the hat trick the third time. And Bren goes for another kick. Cody Rhodes could be looking for something. That uppercut, devastating, knocks Bren off balance, and a bulldog from Rhodes is going to take down the World Heavyweight Champion. Of course, Cody Rhodes winning that WWE Championship back at WrestlePalooza, and another cutter, and it didn't connect, but it did hit Bren. Cody Rhodes officially a two-time world champion on paper in this universe mode. It could be about to become the superior one as he looks for another crossroads, and it connects. Surely Bren doesn't kick out of this one, does he? Charles Robinson a little bit slow to the count, and Bren kicks out. Cody Rhodes can't believe it. The frustration. The 2 minutes 18 is not representative. And like I said, what the hell is Cody? Oh my God. We seen Cody attack Punk the other week. And Bren is meant to be the bad guy here. And he's lining him up with a chair and Bren stops him. And you can see the frustrations visible from Cody here. As Cody went to wrap a steel chair around Bren's head potentially. But I think he had second thoughts. But that demon on Cody's shoulders is coming in and out when it pleases. And Cody decided against hitting Bren with the chair. Now he's going to the outside. He's going to go to the top rope. We thought Cody could have changed. The fans were in shock. What a moonsault from Cody. And it just does miss. The chair is something you'd expect Bren to use. It's not something you'd expect from the American Nightmare, but he's obviously hitting with two crossroads and it wasn't enough. And now he's going to go for the pedigree. Bren could be in big trouble as it connects. And surely this time, Bren has nothing left. Bren cannot fight back. And Charles Robinson gets 2.5. Cody Rhodes must be seething and wondering what on earth he has to do to take down Bren. And oh, what the hell's Cody doing? He's going for that chair. This time, will he take advantage? Bren backs up. He doesn't want anything to do with it. Charles Robinson interferes. And he's going, oh my God, low blow from Bren. And after getting rid of one weapon, Bren, the pride, this is a disqualification match, and Charles Robinson stopping Bren, getting another chair, and another low blow from Bren. Goodness me. Not like this. And a double low blow from the World Heavyweight Champion scores a point. It's 2-0 to Raw. My God. Oh, dear. Oh, no. That's Brock Lesnar. And the NBO are in the building tonight. We know that for a fact. They're never around when Brock Lesnar's around. I don't blame them. And that title lining up the World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, my God. And a shot to the forehead of Bren, leaving him laid out on the mat. And Bren is bleeding all over the mat here at Survivor Series. Lesnar sends another message. And folks, if you are enjoying Survivor Series, make sure you like and subscribe. You don't want to miss an episode of Universe. But I can't quite put into words what we've just seen, folks. Bren picking up the victory. It's 2-0 to Raw now. A double low blow to the American Nightmare. Not one, not two. I mean, he may need to go to a local fertility clinic after this. All that matters is he got the point, but what also matters is that there's an angry beast targeting Brennan. The NBO are nowhere to be found, and I don't blame them, to be fair. I wouldn't want to be around, and now we're going to continue the action tonight because it's the other World Champion versus World Champion match, and it's 2-0 to Raw. So we're into must-win territory for SmackDown. Because if Tiffany Stratton wins here tonight, it will be 3-0 and there'll be no need for the rest of the show. Now, of course, you have to factor in that Tiffany Stratton is losing her, a bit like Cody Rhodes. She's losing her way a little bit. Frustrations do linger. Nikki Bella still demanding more. And what the hell's going on here, folks? Tiffany's made her way to the ring and Jade Cargill's going to greet her before she even gets a chance to get in the ring. And Cargill's going to put a beating now on Tiffany Stratton and welcome her to the Cargill Penitentiary. And oh my God, a powerbomb on the outside. And of course, let's not forget Tiffany Stratton a couple of weeks back was brawling with Jade, and that ended up with Jade going through a table. Of course, Tiffany is not at the moment best of friends with everybody. She's got an angry Jade Cargill opposing her, who has got her own problems in Io Sky. She's got an angry Jade Cargill opposing her. Io Sky she'll face at the Royal Rumble. She's got an angry Jade, and a Nikki Bella that is doing, has announced that she'll put her goddamn career on the line in a last woman standing match for that Intercontinental Champion. That'll be next episode on Raw. You're not going to want to miss that. But a German suplex from Jade Cargill, and she's going to make a meal of Tiffany Stratton, and it might be more like a starter if the offense continues like this. And push-ups synonymous with Jade. She's saying it's light work, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Jade has handed over that World Heavyweight Championship over to Monday Night Raw. She didn't actually even, we don't know if she even brought it tonight. They did say she could, but she hasn't. Tiffany Stratton, she said, is an inferior champion, being the Intercontinental Champion. And she said the world title on Raw has never been lost by her, and it's now the B title. And now Jade Cargill's going to put a beating on Tiffy. And she's flexing away here, Tiffany Stratton. And the crowd, we cut to the crowd because this match is officially underway now. And an Irish whip into the barricade. Cargill's looking to make this more of a street fight than a wrestling match. Tiffany's going to have to fight back. And into the ring post goes Cargill. And that might be the shifting point that Tiffany needs. Of course, a lot of pressure on Tiffany. But even greater pressure on Jade. She cannot lose this match for SmackDown, or their Survivor Series is in the bin. Raw will do a clean sweep. It'll be the first time in Survivor Series history. And the men's match won't even take place. Or will it take place, but with no repercussions, just for pride? Who knows? But nothing's to suggest to me that Jade Cargill is not capable of beating Tiffany Stratton. And Cargill's loving them press-ups. She's enjoying this moment. And Tiffany might have bit off more than she could chew. Of course, when Survivor Series is about brand supremacy, and you've got issues within your own brand, it can always make the premium live event of Survivor Series, the brand supremacy thing, more difficult. This is after tonight, it's the end of that. Everybody goes back to the show with focus on the business at hand. But tonight, it's about brand supremacy. And Tiffany with a chop there, barely even phased Jade Cargill. who nearly just speared her guts out. Look, a pinfall attempt here from Jade. Kick out from Tiffany. Barely getting the shoulder up, though. I have to say, mightily impressed with Jade Cargill. Maybe took the cheap route to introduce us to this match, but Jade is an incredible competitor. Might be looking for Jaded. Tiffany did read it. A comeback from Tiffany, who's a former gymnast and an incredible athlete. Tiffany with that clothesline. Momentum is behind her. This Toronto crowd are behind Tiffany, who's going to fight with everything she's got to put away Jade Cargill, who's undefeated in this universe mode, by the way. Is it going to be Tiffy time? She goes against the ropes there. Oh, she's hit it now. I know what she was going for, that cartwheel Alabama slam. And I believe Jade Cargill's bleeding from that. And it's going to be the world's prettiest moonsault, and it connects. It's going to be a clean sweep for Raw. Jade kicks out and not even one. That is scary. And a forearm attempted. Jade Cargill. Oh no, we could be about to see Jaded, and Tiffany could be about to be put down. Bit naive there from Tiffany. I'm still in shock that Jade kicked out not even one from the world's prettiest moonsault. And Jade Cargill with the pinfall. Tiffany Stratton kicks out, and she had to. And Jade arguing with the referee here. She's absolutely furious. I think, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I think that could have been a 3 count. I think the referee was a little slow. Now Tiffany with the drop kick. She said it's Tiffy time, and might be looking for that world's prettiest moonsault again. But Jade is, oh Lord, she's across the ring. Jade is not someone you want to play an emotional blackmail game with. She will desolate and demolish you mentally and physically if you do get her to this point. And I can't see any positives here for Tiffany Stratton. Walking into this section of the match, I think that Jade's going to try and do a demolition job, and that demolition job will be executed into the steps. Goes Tiffany Stratton, and of course Tiffany has a last woman standing match, defending that Intercontinental Championship next episode against Nikki Bella. Too much punishment here against Jade could jeopardise that. Of course, a lot of pressure on Tiffany Stratton, into the barricade, but there is a lot of pressure on Jade. Of course, the whole of SmackDown is watching this one, and a moonsault on the outside. Cargill is in trouble. Tiffany is the woman. Gonna drag Jade in towards the ring. Does bring her back into the ring. Tiffany Stratton might be looking to try and change the tide, because it's been a lot of Jade and another spear from Cargill. Might be the smartest move there from Jade from Tiffany, to move out of the way, because Jade is really, oh my god, bouncing her off the ropes and a sit-down powerbomb. And every move, every throw, every grapple that Jade Cargill throws is absolutely behemoth. She's doing push-ups. Tiffany Stratton hasn't moved much, and Jade could be sensing the end. And she wants more, another spear to the ribs of the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. Reminding you, it's 2-0 Raw at the moment. Tiffany's representing Raw, Jade SmackDown. And Jade pulls her out with that powerbomb from the bottom rope, and Tiffany gets the shoulder up. Of course, we were initially scheduled for 4 matches because nobody thought it was going to be a clean sweep, and Jade's got the powerbomb up, and Tiffany could be in big trouble here. Cargill's going to be last ride, sit down. I have to say, Cargill has been mightily impressive in this match. And she's begging. You're not in the crowd. Oh my god, that kick nearly took Tiffany's head off. You're not in the crowd and you can't hear it, but she's really telling Tiffany what she thinks about her, but that frog splash was missed. And now Stratton's going to fight back. Turns Jade over, and a drop kick to the lower back. And Tiffany could be looking to finish this one. But we've seen Jade kick out so much in the past. It's going to take a hell of a lot for Tiffany to beat her. And a splash from Stratton. And what's she doing? Tiffany maybe looking to the well. Maybe feels like she cannot get Jade done. Pulls that turnbuckle pad off. And Jade with a spear again. Tiffany pulling everything out. Even the dirty tactics that she had from NXT. That's a reversal from Tiffany. Another missile drop kick from Tiffany there. And I don't think this one is far from over, folks. Both women starting to make lazy mistakes now, and a powerbomb from Stratton this time. There's no way on God's green earth she reaches this world's prettiest moonsault. She does. Oh my God, we're going to get a clean sweep at Survivor Series. I'm saying goodnight to you guys already, folks. A kick out from Jade. Not just yet, folks. Hold the goddamn phone. Cargill's still in this one, but I don't know for how much longer. And now Tiffany's going to do them gymnastics with the splash. And Tiffany is feeling this crowd. The crowd are absolutely electric for Tiffany, by the way, in my ear. And another Alabama slam. And might be setting her up for another world's prettiest moonsault. She's in perfect position here, by the way. Taking that pad off. I think removing the turnbuckle pad makes it easier for the world's prettiest moonsault. That'll be her suggestion. Oh, into that exposed steel goes Jade. Back and a drop kick here from Stratton. And a chop. Jade overpowers Tiffany. Oh my God. Into that exposed steel goes Stratton. The plan worked against her. And the end is nigh. Because Jade is signifying it. And a reversal again from Tiffany Stratton. And a drop kick misses. Mistime that one. Could be crucial. I'm going to grab hold of Jade here. And the referee is distracted. That turnbuckle pad. Maybe she's just removed it to make the world's prettiest moonsault easier. Who knows? And drags the arm there. And Jade is in trouble because Tiffany is really, really taking momentum. And we're going to see it. The world's prettiest moonsault, not this time. And she walks straight into it. You miss again. Jade has Tiffany up. And it could be centre of the ring. And it is. And the impact that Jade's face just hit on that mat. Tiffany's face hit. Has just busted her open, and SmackDown have a point on the board. Thank goodness. I thought it was going to be an early shower for me. So it's 2-1 to Raw now, and with the men's tag lingering, will they level things up? I mean, there's a lot of emotion on the SmackDown men's team, but Jade does her job, and she was never really in doubt in my eyes. Tiffany had moments, but Jade is the moment. Well, this is the decider, folks. Should SmackDown win this men's match, it will go to a draw and we will have one more match if Raw can pick up the victory that is led by this man, the never-seen 17, John Cena, win. Then the night will be over. And of course, Survivor Series is probably the biggest show that we've done on 2K25 in terms of size. We had SummerSlam, which was amazing, but Survivor Series, and we've got the Royal Rumble coming up in just a couple of months' time. You're not going to want to miss that in March, and then the build to WrestleMania really heats up. But let's focus on this right now. Of course, 2-1 to Raw at the moment. The main events of WWE WrestleMania linger on the line. John Cena, leading Team Raw, has recruited an all-star team. Of course, RVD was initially meant to be scheduled, but he has suffered a broken neck, we can confirm, and will be out of action indefinitely. And Gunther was approached to replace him and rather hesitantly actually took the opportunity, but in return from Adam Pearce, the Raw's final spot inside of the Royal Rumble has been given to Gunther. And this man, Triple H, was the first recruit. Of course, Triple H, in return, wanted a match, a one-on-one match against John Cena next month at Capital Punishment to prove that he is better than John. And in return, Triple H pledged his services to the Red Brand for tonight. The game of the cerebral assassin, the King of Kings, is here tonight, and I'm sure he will want to make the night about him. Triple H is somebody who has been in multiple Survivor Series, and the good thing I like about this specific member being on Team Raw is pressure is not an issue for the game. Tonight, the pressure is on SmackDown right now. Triple H, a man who has 14 world championships, is looking to prove that he's still got it. The cerebral assassin, one of the most dangerous, vindictive individuals on the entire roster. Of course, albeit could be a short tenure, but it's always good to see Triple H. And here is the man that replaced Rob Van Dam and has guaranteed the last Royal Rumble spot for Raw. Gunther, the ring general, has not taken off just as of yet. But with that advantage in the Royal Rumble and facing a worn-out field, you have to think that Gunther has to be one of the favourites to win the entire thing. Tonight, having Gunther on Raw is nothing short of genius from Adam Pearce. And congratulations to this man who qualified by beating Gunther and Finn Balor in a triple threat. Of course, Gunther wasn't pinned, but Javon Evans, already having suffered a loss to the Ring General, got redemption. And what? We talk about experience at Survivor Series. We talk about the past with Triple H and John Cena. And now with Javon Evans, we're looking at the future. What a big moment this is for Mr. Bouncy Boy. A huge star-studded Survivor Series, and he doesn't feel out of place. Of course, if anybody's going to up the tempo, if anybody's going to prove themselves and enhance themselves to the top of the mountain tonight and get over with the fans, it's going to be that man, Javon Evans. And here comes SmackDown. Now, of course, the Animal Batista has said that there is not long left on the career of the Animal. Whether it be short term, I'm sure as hell confident that Ava, the general manager of SmackDown, will be absolutely happy with this acquisition. And of course, this week on SmackDown, originally Batista, Randy Orton and Punk were set to face Cody in a fatal 4-way at Capital Punishment. Drew McIntyre, obviously the behaviour of CM Punk this past week on SmackDown, Drew believes he deserves an opportunity tonight. He said that he's going to prove exactly why he should be in the title picture. A fatal 4-way will consume on SmackDown between the 4 members of SmackDown, and the winner of that will face Cena in a one-on-one match at Capital Punishment. Not Cena, sorry, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, I don't know why I said Cena. Here comes the Viper, Randy Orton. And with that fatal 4-way match just a week away, folks, you have to wonder how these men can get on. Of course, Drew and CM Punk not seeing eye to eye. CM Punk actually trying to stop Drew from entering the team and trying to favour Rey Mysterio. Mysterio's a guy that's filled with pride and wouldn't take advantage of that, and it did lead to Drew McIntyre winning. But Randy Orton and Evolution are all in this match. Of course, Randy and Batista went over to Raw this past week and put a beating down on Triple H and Javon Evans. It was a brawl in the parking lot that ended with all 4 men out of breath. No gas, like Jacob Fatu says. And here comes the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. You have to feel for Drew McIntyre because it always feels like he gets screwed out of everything. But Drew McIntyre, make no doubt, even if he's not seen eye to eye with CM Punk, is a huge, huge coup for Team Blue here. And with the pressure looming, Drew McIntyre has a huge opportunity tonight to prove himself as the guy. Of course, World Champion, WWE Champion Cody Rhodes suffering a loss earlier to Brent. We have to wonder that if what went down never went down, what the result would have actually been. Referee Charles Robinson obviously couldn't control the match, and it's meant that this 4-on-4 Survivor Tag Team match has a lot more at stake. Sorry, excuse me, I had a hiccup. And finally, the captain of Team SmackDown, CM Punk, has a history with Cody, and he doesn't like Drew on a personal level, and that's why we believe it's escalating to the level it is. Well, he calls himself the best in the world. And if ever there's a time to prove that moniker, the time is now. CM Punk, a former world heavyweight champion in this universe mode, held the championship for a while. He actually managed to defeat, I believe it was Randy Orton, way back when, in the summer of 2025, to win the World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk losing on Saturday night's main event to Cody Rhodes, only for it to be cashed in on by Bren. Punk never got his rematch, and he won't get his rematch guaranteed because he's going to have to go head-to-head with the other three men on his team here tonight to get the #1 contendership underway. Batista and John Cena starting this star-studded field. You look all over the ring, folks, all over Raw, SmackDown, Raw. How star-studded do you want to be? And of course, Batista, who's in the ring, has mentioned the clock is ticking on his career, so every performance to him is going to have to be perfect. And a big clubbing blow. Of course, the score is 2-1 to Raw. I need to remind you that. The SmackDown are on the right, and Batista, for some reason, is wearing Raw colours. Didn't get the memo, and Randy Orton and John Cena in the ring. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, these two guys' relationship with each other. Cena not announcing his retirement in this universe mode, so will be signed to a multi-year deal, we believe. And a kick out from Cena. Of course, that man in the top left, Triple H, of course. We talk about Batista not having long left on his career, but Triple H might feel that he is on the same kind of trajectory as Batista. How much does the game have left? But we're focusing on tonight. Back and forth between Cena and Orton, and a nice lay-down flip there. I don't believe you can call that move what it were actually used to be called. Now an Irish whip from Cena, and a back body drop from Cena is going to provide impact, and we're going to see the bouncy boy, and he's going to go after Randy Orton. Of course, let's not forget Gunther and Javon Evans, who are on Team Raw, have a bit of history. And what the hell's Javon going for? Hurricanrana off the ring ropes. Randy Orton is very averse and will be used to any kind of offense. And of course, if SmackDown can win this match, we will go to a decider. Obafemi and LA Knight, the United States champion, has not been medically cleared to compete until a couple of, well, I think he's close, but just not cleared tonight. And Triple H is going to come in the ring. And Triple H and Randy Orton's history is phenomenal. But in saying that, Obafemi might not need to get in his gear because Raw could put down SmackDown. And if anything about this universe mode, you might think that commentary makes it predictable, but I always like to do what's not predictable, and a slam there from Triple H taking down the Viper. Drew and Punk having I wonder if Ava's told them anything. Fatal four-way between these four men, as I said, on SmackDown will consume. But Gunther and Triple H going to work together here. Team Raw on the left. John Cena's arguing with someone. He's a bit frustrated that maybe Javon Evans has took his space on the edge of the apron. And now Gunther is teaching Randy Orton a lesson on gentlemanship. And he's begging Randy to get to his feet. Irish. Oh, he's going to go for a double underhook here. Orton's going to reverse into the arm drag. And of course, Randy Orton is somebody who, in this universe mode, was our inaugural WWE World Champion. And somebody who wants to get back to the top of the mountain. And Batista. Gunther wasn't focused. And we're going to see the Batista bomb to Gunther. And Cena's going to come in, the captain, and he didn't need to, he broke it up, but Gunther kicked out. Just having a drink, sorry guys. Now CM Punk's going to come in the ring, captain. Neck breaker there to Gunther. And the straight edge superstar is feeling this crowd. Punk is for big moments, and there's no bigger moment than this. He might be looking for a GTS, and Gunther telegraphs. And now Gunther with that submission, crossface locked in on CM Punk, centre of the ring. Yanking, we've seen him put away people with this move in real life, this crossface. And CM Punk manages to get out. Gunther, a submission specialist. You don't want to be locked in them for too long, and Gunther overpowering Punk. And he's taking out Batista, the animal. And now Punk sliding him up and slap to both ears there. Punk's going to continue to put the beating down. And that knee is going to work well, and a clothesline from Punk. And now shades of Cargill. Punk's doing push-ups in the ring. Gunther's trying to call to his Raw teammates, and there's no way Punk's going to let a wounded animal crawl to a fresh John Cena, and kicking him into the neutral corner might have been the worst thing that Punk's done. And now he's going to tag in the Viper again. Orton to the middle rope, double axe handle to the arm of Gunther. It could be lining something up. Okay. Oh, Gunther is in serious trouble here. And it does kick out Javon Evans. Surprisingly, I didn't think it'd be him trying to break up the pin. Gunther has kicked out of a Batista Bomb and an RKO now. Gunther could be in trouble because SmackDown seemed to, oh no. And a huge clothesline from Gunther, what seemed to be breaking down in SmackDown is not breaking down. They're working pretty well together, and Triple H has been tagged back in the ring here and could be looking for the pedigree or a spine buster, a deadly move, and Orton telegraphs it. Triple H in trouble, clothesline from the Viper, and he might be hearing voices, but Triple H won't give a damn about them voices. He's heard them a million times. Triple H bringing Orton back to his feet. A punch there attempted from Triple H, and Orton vintage DDT off the middle rope, could be looking to put down the game. Vintage Orton. Again, like the earlier tag team match, whoever's eliminated first, the advantage goes to a 4-on-3. Whoever gets eliminated, it could be that, that it's a 4-on-3. It's harder. We saw Jordan Grace do the unthinkable earlier, but you don't want to be in that situation ideally. And now Batista's going to go to work on Triple H. And Triple H just knowing a huge clothesline from Batista. These two, in fact, had a WrestleMania match many moons ago, and Triple H is going to look to put down the animal. Both these men on borrowed time, seeing out the twilight of their careers. And Triple H, out of nowhere, he's going to hit that pedigree, but Batista says no and reverses. I don't think there's two competitors outside of Cena and Orton that know each other better than Triple H and Batista. And Batista could be looking to put away his former mentor. The game, neither man wants to give away an inch. Pedigree. And it connects. Batista could be going, but Orton, his Evolution teammate, and the referees actually suffered for that as well. And Randy Orton breaking up the pinfall, and Triple H, former members of Evolution, he's going to go after Randy Orton now. These three men, plus Ric Flair, made one of the most devastating factions in WWE history. And Triple H is looking to put a beating on Orton, and Batista waits for his moment and strikes. And the animal might be looking for a Batista bomb. Referee John Cone is down on his front, and it's not going to mean anything, but he's managed to get back to his feet, but Gunther's going to break it up. No eliminations thus far, 2-1 Raw, but 4 men from Raw still in it, and Batista takes Gunther off the edge, and he's going to fight Javon Evans now. The animal trying to unload on everybody, and could be looking for a big move. Triple H manages to escape, and a back body drop from the game is going to shift momentum. And a huge punch. Batista just does read it, and neither man wants to give up any ground. And the game with a spine buster. Triple H could be looking for that pedigree again, and it could be enough this time. Batista is out on his back. Drew McIntyre is going to save the pinfall. Punk enters the ring. Triple H leaves him laying out, and the game could be looking to do a pedigree to Punk, but Batista is lingering. Is Triple H aware of that? And the animal roll-up pin here, and he has Triple H beat. Just hit Punk with the pedigree, and it is an elimination. Triple H is eliminated. Gunther is the legal man now. He attacks CM Punk. Gunther is going to have to do a redemption arc of his own, because it's just Javon Evans, Cena, and Gunther. Triple H hitting Punk with the pedigree, and then getting rolled up by Batista. And now Batista could be about to join his former Evolution stablemate as Gunther hits that power bomb, and it could be an early night for Batista as well. Again with that power bomb. Gunther might get the elimination here. He should get the elimination, and does. And now the Viper, Randy Orton's in the ring, and uppercut to Gunther. SmackDown down to 3. Oh no, wait. SmackDown down to 2. An RKO to Gunther. And Gunther is eliminated. We're down to 2v3. 2 in favour of Raw, 3 in favour of SmackDown. Surely the blue brand take it home now. Javon Evans is the legal man with Randy Orton, and a cutter from Javon. Puts down Orton. And he's going to tag in Cena for the biggest rivalry in WWE history, potentially, as he looks to adjust the attitude of Orton. And Orton, Cena, all before RKO to Cena. 1, 2, and Javon's going to break it up. And I don't think Cena would have kicked out there. Orton might be looking for another RKO. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Randy Orton of SmackDown. And it looks like the blue brand might be on course for leveling the points. And Randy's going to fire away at John Cena. Cena has to fight back. A big elimination is needed. And Randy is hearing them voices. And Javon won't be allowed back in the ring. And went for something. And Cena hits the attitude adjustment. And eliminated. It's 2v2. And now Drew McIntyre's in the ring. And punches Cena. And he's trying to punch Javon as well, and Cena reads it. So we've got 2v2, folks. Javon, Cena. Javon and Cena for Raw. Punk and Drew for SmackDown. And these two men can't stand each other, by the way, Drew and Punk. And a collision there. They're not going to help each other out. Drew gets attitude adjusted. Out of nowhere. Collision. He breaks the... And Drew kicks out. How the hell are Drew and Punk going to work together following SmackDown? Javon Evans and Cena seem to be evidently on the same page. And Javon is going to take Drew to the outside. And your boy is bouncy. The future of Mania is on the line. And Javon's going to throw his body over that top rope. And into the apron goes Drew, and a drop kick from Javon. What the hell is Evans looking for? He might go for a fight with Punk. Does take Punk off the edge. Drew is stumbling back to his feet. Javon Evans is celebrating his work and not aware that there's a Scottish warrior behind him. Oh, God. Cena could be about to be on his own. Huge headbutt to Javon Evans there. And Evans fights back. Javon Evans will give absolutely everything. Every night he steps out in the WWE, misses with that elbow drop. And Javon, we know he can reach this, could be about to hit Drew with something big here. And McIntyre could be about to be eliminated in a Hurricanrana. Evans has been phenomenal. He's going to tag in John Cena to finish the job. And Punk actually puts a hand out. And we're going to get Punk versus Cena now. Raw versus SmackDown. And this is for WrestleMania. You can feel it as well. And the Anaconda Vice might be locked in on Cena. He's close to the ropes. Can he grab the rope? Javon might have to intervene here because Cena could be about to tap and accidentally kicks the referee. Oh my God. And now Punk going after Javon. And he's going to drop Javon's back on that ring apron right here. And does. Back in the ring. Punk, referee is down. Cena could be getting set up for the GTS. Could Cena be about to get buried? And it connects, but the referee is out. And Punk isn't going to get the count. You could count to 3 now. And Cena would be eliminated. Punk aware that the referee is down. He's going to tag it. And he punches Drew McIntyre. He can't stand Drew McIntyre. And Punk maybe wants to do this on his own. And now Cena is going to fight back. Punk saying he doesn't need Drew. And they hate each other. Cena with a drop kick. They have to work together because Raw are going to win. Punk could be in trouble. Cena with the arm drag. And we're going to see some 5-knuckle shuffle. Drew certainly won't be helping CM Punk, but he'll know what's at stake. The main event of WrestleMania sometimes is bigger than your personal feuds. An attitude adjustment's been lined up on Punk, and Punk reverses. And another GTS to Cena. Could be about to eliminate the never seen 17. And Cena kicks out somehow, some way. He finds the old 2010 John and gets the shoulder up. He's not going to leave Javon Evans. And a forearm from Cena. Punk could be in trouble. Might be ruining that mistake. Irish whip sent to the outside is Punk. And he's going to be sent to the outside by Cena. And Javon Evans is looking at Punk. He's going to get back to the edge of the ring. Javon, not somebody who traditionally would do things the wrong way. Cena and Punk going to fight it out outside the ring. And Punk sent back in the ring. Cena knows that he can only eliminate him in the squared circle. Drew doing absolutely nothing to help Punk. And Punk with a sucker punch to Drew McIntyre. Absolutely cannot stand each other, these two. And you have to think this isn't the end. Cena working on the leg. And the bounty boy is going to come in. Javon Evans, who nobody at the start of this match, with considered all the other 7 competitors, expected Javon to be one of the last. And a cut to Punk. He takes Drew off the edge. And now Punk could be in trouble because your boy is bouncy. And Punk is eliminated. And it's down to Team Raw of Cena and Drew and Cena and Javon versus Drew. SmackDown, thanks for coming. Javon wants Drew back in the ring. He's telling him to come back in the ring. Drew is on Dream Street right now. He's going to maybe tag in Cena. He's speaking to Cena, maybe for some tactics. And he catches Drew. The distraction tactic did work. And now your boy is bouncy. McIntyre's going to have to eliminate not only the greatest of all time, but this Javon Evans, who is absolutely not even anywhere near his prime and looks to be one of the biggest superstars of the future. And a Claymore kick from Drew McIntyre. And Cena's going to break it up. And now Drew frustrated with Cena. I can't even talk. We're going to see them clubbing blows on Cena. But Javon Evans stumbles to his feet. Raw could close the night out here. They could win 3-1. Javon's got all the time in the world. Drew is distracted. And Javon Evans, Poison Rana to Drew. He's set up perfectly. Should Javon feel bouncy enough, he's turning around and he's going to hit that frog splash and it connects. But it looks like he hurt himself as well in that. And now your boy is bouncy and Drew moves out the way. And a Claymore kick to Javon Evans. Good night, Javon. What a showing from Javon, by the way. And he's eliminated. And now it's down to Cena and Drew. And Drew just will not go down. Everything that everybody said about this man is wrong. Drew is an absolute warrior. And now Cena is standing across from him. Both men battered and bruised from the tag match. The future of the WWE, the bragging rights, WrestleMania, everything on the line. Cena with a huge clothesline. Cena representing Raw. Drew, SmackDown, 2-1 Raw. This is the moment. Cena asking Drew to get back to his feet and misses with that attempted shoulder tackle. Now Drew's going to clothesline Cena. And should Cena win, the night is done. Should Drew win with a Claymore kick like this, we'll go to one more. And it misses. That was inches. And Cena now with the scoop slam. And might be looking for some 5-knuckle shuffle to Drew. And he's going to do that. You can't see me, says John Cena. And then a 5-knuckle shuffle connects. And only 2 letters in the alphabet, and they are the same, happen after. And Drew says no. And a Claymore kick to Cena. Is that enough? Cena is bloody. He's battered. He's bruised. And Cena kicks out. Not yet. We thought we were going extra. Now Drew McIntyre about to go to work on Cena, who can barely get to his feet, by the way. Can barely move. And Cena's best years are behind him, that's for sure. And Drew's going to look to inflict punishment. Cena has the experience. And Big Match John is going to have to come out in order to win this match. And goes for another punch. And Drew with a huge headbutt and a kick to the gut. Double underhook DDT here from Drew and connects. Drew is getting booed. And rightly so. And he lines it up. The Claymore kick could be about to hit. But Cena fights back. And what a match. Oh my God, attitude adjustment plucked Drew out of nowhere. Hook of the leg. Raw are going to win the night. And a kick out from Drew. How? Cena nearly won the main event of WrestleMania. and folding his arms here. You've got to show huge respect to Drew McIntyre, who's been absolutely phenomenal. Oh my God, as Cena just launches Drew from the top rope. You have to wonder how much Drew has left. Cena has to be doubting his abilities. Attitude adjustments just don't seem to be working. And he goes for a punch there. And Cena could be going for the end. And Drew could be in serious trouble. He hasn't been moving great since that last attitude adjustment. And SmackDown's hopes of main eventing WrestleManias might be dwindling, as Cena might be looking for another one. Drew's going to fight out with everything he's got left. And that huge clothesline from Drew McIntyre. And we don't normally see this from Drew. He was going to the top rope. Cena scurried to the ropes and taken to the outside goes Cena. And we don't need to make this a street fight anymore. But Cena is bleeding everywhere. Drew is exhausted. Oh my God, what the hell's Drew McIntyre doing here? Oh no. Oh my God. Onto the apron, onto the concrete outside the ring that's just under that mat. A powerbomb. Cena might be concussed. But Cena's going to fight back with everything. If we know anything about Cena, he will always fight back. And a gut-wrench powerbomb onto the mat on the outside. You have to question how much these men have got left. What a match, folks. You have to let me know which one was better, the men's or the women's. And a powerbomb from Cena now into the, onto the mat. I can't even speak, this match is that intense. Now Cena going to bring Drew back towards the ring. Maybe looking to put things away. Where the hell's he taking him? And into the barricade goes Drew. They're going to make this one a street fight. Of course, no count-outs in the traditional 5v4 Survivor Series tag. In my rules, anyway. I didn't need to mention that, but oh my God, attitude adjustment on the outside. If Cena can carry Drew's limp body back in the ring, we have a result. Back in the ring goes Drew. Cena surely looking for the pinfall. Drew is in huge trouble here. Cena going to roll him up, and I believe, he's going to go for a 5-knuckle shuffle. He's going to inflict pain, and we saw Cena versus The Rock WrestleMania 28. Cena did this, and it was a big mistake. He had Drew McIntyre beat, but I don't think Drew is going to fight back too much. Cena looking for the attitude adjustment. Drew with a neck breaker. This is hilarious. And a headbutt from McIntyre, and Cena can't have much left. And Drew, maybe one big move, SmackDown to level, and a Claymore kick connects again. And Cena could be in serious trouble, and he's going for a second Claymore kick to put this one to bed. And it connects. And now Drew inflicting insult to injury. Could be looking for the hat trick of Claymore kicks. And that is going to be enough, surely, to put down Cena. To level it, Drew McIntyre with 3 Claymore kicks wins for SmackDown. It's 2-2. And you talk about the other 3 men getting an opportunity at Cody Rhodes' WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre, after tonight's display, is definitely deserving of being in that fatal 4-way next week on SmackDown to determine the number 1 contender. Wow. SmackDown pick up the victory, and it's 2-2, folks, which means one thing. We're going to have a decider. Obafemi from Raw, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, will go head-to-head with, we don't know, because LA Knight is not technically cleared for tonight, but that match is not missed. It's 2-2, 2 to Raw, 2 to SmackDown. Who will walk away from Survivor Series with all the WrestleMania main events? We're going to find out just very shortly. And of course, in going towards the main event, I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. I hope you're enjoying the universe mode. It takes a lot of time to edit these episodes, so I greatly appreciate it if you could just slap a like on the video. It just helps people see it, and I'm hopeful that we can bring more enjoyment to other people. But it is main event time. This match was not originally scheduled. Of course, Obafemi winning an 8-man tournament, and this is a propel and expulsion. Well, that's the wrong word. It's an enhancement for the mid-card, because they're going to be the deciding factor. Well, we assume so, because Obafemi's here, but who will he have to stand across the ring from SmackDown? And it won't be a legend, ladies and gentlemen. It has to be someone who's signed full to SmackDown, full time. But Obafemi beating Dominic Mysterio. He's also beat Damian Priest and Chad Gable. He's on a 3-match winning streak in the Intercontinental Champion. He's looking to secure the victory here at Survivor Series for Team Raw. I don't think you're in better hands, to be fair. I think if you take out all the people that have already competed on Raw, I think this is the best that they've got left to compete. Well, we are awaiting. Who has Ava picked? Is it someone we've seen? Is it somebody who she deserves? Of course, a lot of pressure on the SmackDown person as well. And Obafemi's going to go to the ring and he's going to talk to this universe. We don't know what he's saying. He's just basically saying, whoever comes out here, I'll beat their ass. And weekly shows are for promos. Get your ass out here. So who will be the SmackDown representative? It's a huge moment because this is it. This is the main events of WrestleMania. Oh my God! Get ready to fly because he is here. We haven't seen AJ Styles since our WWE 2K25 universe mode. And this is a bit of fan service because if you've been a fan of the channel for a long time, you'll know that I love AJ Styles. He got wrote off in a rivalry with Will Ospreay over a year ago in an alternate universe. And he hasn't been seen since. But the phenomenal one is Blue. And he's come out to his iconic theme song, Get Ready to Fly. And Obafemi must be concerned. It's always great to see AJ Styles back in the WWE. And tonight he's tasked with the objective of winning the main events for WrestleMania. I cannot see a world where Obafemi wins this match, if I'm being honest. But if anything's to be considered, Obafemi is overlooked, and he is the ruler of Raw. He's the Intercontinental Champion. AJ Styles going to go one-on-one with Obafemi, and both men have a stare-off here, and AJ Styles signifying, and Obafemi's had enough of the camaraderie and a European uppercut there from Obafemi. He's going to take down AJ Styles, who's returning for the first time in my universe mode. I believe I checked before I heard that it was AJ Styles. It's about 14 months since AJ Styles has made an appearance on the channel. So this is a big moment, and obviously SmackDown, he's signed to SmackDown. It's a great acquisition. We know that he was not shown in the draft purposely. And Obafemi with a clothesline, and another clothesline, and can't quite get AJ Styles off his feet. And Obafemi's going to make no doubt about it. I know he's beat Dominic, I know he's beat Damian. He's going to have to be at his absolute best tonight to even come close to beating AJ Styles. But he's doing a good job early on. He's showing the dominance of power. AJ Styles, one of the most versatile and adaptable wrestlers on the entire roster. Nice arm drag here. A huge victory for Styles this would be, and for the Blue brand to get the main events of WrestleMania. Going to the outside is Styles early on. We know he loves a springboard, and he's maybe not quite in range, and he walks straight back in to Obafemi's power with that uppercut. And I hope you have enjoyed Survivor Series, guys. It took a lot of time to write, a lot of time to produce, a lot of time to book the build-up. I hope you enjoyed it all. I do this all for you guys, so although I enjoy doing it, I hope that you've had a good time tonight. And a clothesline to, not a clothesline, he's just using his body as a weapon there from the middle rope. My throat is absolutely wrecked, by the way. I've been commentating for like, what, an hour and 30 minutes maybe? Insane. And of course, SmackDown will be back. Raw, will be the next episode. All the fallout from Survivor Series. We'll find out who wins at Survivor Series. Will it be Raw, SmackDown? There'll be a lot of fallout. We also have Nikki Bella versus Tiffany Stratton for the Intercontinental Women's Championship tomorrow in Universe Mode time. And a lovely springboard from Styles. That'll be the last one. That is going to be a must-not-miss match, by the way. The career of Nikki Bella is on the line, and AJ Styles just looking to get his career begin here on this universe mode. And Obafemi is somebody who's on a 3-match win streak and really could do with avoiding a loss this early on to his Intercontinental Championship reign. Of course, doubts will start to enter the minds of the Raw locker room if Obafemi falls short that he is the guy to lead the Intercontinental division. Crossbody attempted here from Styles, and Obafemi just one trick ahead, and Styles could be in trouble, getting launched across the ring from the ruler. Now has a hold of AJ Styles. I'm going to look for a power bomb here, and could be in serious trouble. He's going to send Styles packing to the outside. And of course, folks, we transition into WWE 2K26 in March on the release. There is a few, the roster page is available on my Discord and on my bio, link in the description as well. See where your favourite superstars are. We have made a wish list, as we're going to see a calf crusher on the outside of who we want for 2K26 and where they will be as well. I'm only adding two or three to each brand, so you can check out. And Obafemi actually taps on the outside there. I don't know if you guys caught that, but AJ Styles, if that's in the ring, SmackDown have won. And Obafemi sent back into the ring, but that tap doesn't matter, and Styles could be looking for that phenomenal forearm to put away the ruler, and he might connect with it. He doesn't. Oba reads him like a book. And now fall from grace. And a kick out from Styles at 2.5. This match has too many stakes that I didn't actually think for the first time that one finisher would finish this match. This is huge, folks. You have to think that either man who loses this is not going to be letting the locker room of their respective brand. An Irish whip into the corner and a clothesline from Obafemi, taking Styles down to the mat. And of course, this is a must-not-lose for AJ Styles as well. We talk about Obafemi, he's returning. It's going to be a huge coup if he can win the main events of WrestleMania for SmackDown. And I thought he was going for another fall from grace, but he might as well have fell from heaven with the height on that one. Could be looking to end this. Fall from grace attempted. AJ Styles going to fight out. Everything on the line here tonight. Styles is certainly somebody capable of winning big moments. And he's going to take Obafemi down. This is how you beat Obafemi, in my opinion. And a springboard attempted, but Styles is nowhere near. And both men are down. It's been a war. There's a lot of pressure, and that can take a toll on your body as well, and on the mental capacity that you have. Mistakes will be made. And Styles going to look for that combination. Lovely move there. And he's celebrating to this crowd. This crowd is, I know that AJ Styles might be a lot of people's favourite, but this crowd is electric for AJ Styles. He's going to drag Obafemi to the ropes. And we've had a tremendous night here on Survivor Series. It's been incredible. And now Styles might be looking for the end. He's going to go for a big move, but I think he was going for that Styles clash. Both of these men are really careful to not get hit by something big, and that exploding suplex there from Obafemi just launches AJ Styles about 10 feet across the ring. And Styles could be in trouble. Obafemi has him exactly where he wants him. And I have to say, Obafemi has shown real signs of where he will be going. AJ Styles, one of the best competitors in the WWE, and he's really going toe-to-toe with him here. Styles taking out the knee, and you know why he's taking out the knee, because Obafemi's already tapped to outside the ring to a calf crusher, and that submission is overlooked. It can inflict serious pain. Obafemi on the edge of the ring. Styles going to take him to the outside, and now Styles might be willing to risk it all for SmackDown. And oh my god, a somersault over the top rope from Styles, takes down the Intercontinental Champion. And of course, imagine what would happen if it was LA Knight in this match. Of course, not medically cleared, had suffered a concussion on the 27th of December. The concussion protocol dictates that the individual will be reassessed at 4 to 6 weeks. So hopefully LA Knight will be back in ring action, even though we've seen him get physical, kind of going against doctor's orders. He was not medically cleared, and we cannot sanction him for a match until the doctors give the order. Now Obafemi trying to get AJ Styles back in the ring. It seems like a difficult task, but he manages to do it. And he's just screamed that it's the end. And he's arguing with a fan in the front row, is Obafemi. I don't know what was said there. And a huge punch. And AJ Styles is going to fight back. That calf crusher. Obafemi's already tapped. And a rope break. His foot's on the rope, if you can see straight away. You don't want to get hit by that again. Styles just asking the referee, like, was that a rope break? Was it not? And it clearly was. We all saw it. Now Styles might be looking for a combination. Fast offense here from Styles. Clothesline to Obafemi. What is he going for here? Going to the top rope. Styles. Obafemi laid prone. It could be about to hit that frog splash. And Obafemi might have just read AJ Styles' script. Fall from grace. And a kick out or two from Styles. The point is still in the bag. It's hanging above the ring. The winner of this match could be about to win it, and AJ is going to fight back. Styles could be about to do the unthinkable with the Styles clash from 2-0 down. SmackDown could be about to win the whole damn thing. And it started with Cargill. Can it finish with Styles? Obafemi getting his shoulder up there at 2.5 from the Styles clash. Gonna need to do a little bit more, both these men. We definitely are reaching the business end. And a forearm from Styles takes down Obafemi. Going to the top rope now. Styles maybe sensing that he could get the finish here. Frog splash this time connects from Styles. Look at the leg again of Obafemi. A young up-and-coming talent hailing out of Lagos, Nigeria. Oh my goodness, that was close. That was close. And the Irish whip here from Styles. Styles could be looking for something big. He's really pushing the pace with the clothesline, taking down Obafemi. And has hold of Obafemi here. Gonna take Femi to the top rope. And Styles could be willing to risk it all. Hurricanrana there. And Obafemi is minutes away from suffering a big loss, because AJ Styles, like he has for the past 2 decades, and AJ telegraphs again, oh no, we know that the ankle is hurting, but is Obafemi going to tap? Oh my god, he's already tapped. This is tense. AJ has it locked in his centre of the ring. There's nothing the referee can do. Obafemi might have to tap because he might break his goddamn ankle. And is Obafemi passed out? The referee needs to check on Obafemi. I don't believe he's moving. His head's just moving, but it doesn't look great. I think he's got a really serious ankle injury. He's struggling. And he's busted open now, and a kick to the ankle. He's really struggling to get to his feet here, is Obafemi. And this could be all she wrote. Obafemi is really hurt, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if this is a work or a shoot. WWE and real and a frog splash. Obafemi, that ankle might be broke. But we'll have... hopefully he's okay. The referee hasn't signed for the X. And AJ Styles, Obafemi can barely get to his feet. And the phenomenal forearm from Styles could do it. Obafemi has hold of the ropes. Oh boy. Well, SmackDown scoring the victory, but that finish is not definitive. Obafemi had hold of the ropes. Make of that what you will, guys. But SmackDown come out on top. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Survivor Series. You're not going to want to miss Raw now.